This is a second sin. Beings who shed the Buddha's blood slander the triple jewel, Buddha Sangha teaching, and do not venerate sutras, meaning do not venerate the teaching of the Buddha, which is in written words, will fall into the uninterrupted hell, where for billions of aeons they will seek escape in vain. Same. Killing parents, harming parents, killing parents are worse, and harming Buddhas, disrespectful to the Buddha, the Sangha, and the teaching. Same stuff. Slander, slandering the Buddha or the Sangha or the teaching. Beings who usurp or damage the property of the eternal dwelling, who defile bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, mean monks and nuns of the high order, who commit sexual acts within the Sangharama, mean within the ashram, or who kill or harm beings there, will fall into the uninterrupted hell, where for billions of aeons they will seek escape in vain. Same stuff. Beings who seem to be shramanas, but in their minds are not shramanas, who destroy the things of the eternal dwelling, meaning the ashram of the Buddha, the temples, who deceive lay people, who go against the precepts, and who do many other evil deeds, will fall into the uninterrupted hell, where for billions of aeons they will not be able to escape. Beings who steal the wealth and property of the eternal dwelling, just say ashram, okay, of the Buddha, the ashram of the Buddhas, including its grains, its food and drink, its clothing, or take anything at all that was not given to them, from the Sangha ground, so Sangha ashram, will fall into the uninterrupted hell, where for billions of aeons they will not be able to escape. Whew. Scary, huh? I didn't know that was so scary. Would you like to continue?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yes or yes or yes? Yeah. You want or not want? I don't force it upon you. Yes or no? You really want it?
Yes, yes, Master.
Okay. Don't blame me if it gets scarier. If you steal something from someone else, then you won't fall to hell like this. You understand? But it depends on what you steal also, yeah? If you steal and make people hungry and die of starvation because of no money left, then maybe you could go into this hell, but maybe you can escape or lesser hell, yeah? But if you steal things from the Buddha or taking things that's not given to you from the ashram, then it's like that. Yeah, when the Buddha was alive, people can make offering to the Sangha, be it medicine or clothing for new monks, and or to replace the old clothes for old monks, etc. If somehow anyone who steals anything from that, medicine, clothes, or anything, without asking permission, without being given, then that's a very great sin, yes? Because why? Because the Buddha and the Sangha, they're pure, they're enlightened saints, and they just don't have anything anymore. They left everything, they sacrificed everything, they deny themselves everything for the sake of all beings in the world as well as in heaven. So these beings, you must take care of them, not take things from them. So that's why. Because if you harm them, meaning you harm all beings in the world and the universe, yes? If they have no more health to take care, to continue the teaching, then of course all beings be harmed, right? The blessing be gone if they die, yeah? And of course, other Buddha will come, but who knows? Maybe the karma is so great on this planet, other Buddha will not come for many other eons of time. In the nature, it's like this. For example, a pack of wolves, even wolf, the leader of the wolf pack eats first, and eats well first, and then the rest for the whole pack. Not because the leader is greedy or the whole pack is stupid. It's just that the leader has to be strong and well in order to lead the pack for their safety, their well-being, to take care of. He, the leader, must always be vigilant and take care of the whole pack. Therefore, he has to be strong, well-fed, ready for action. Capisco? Yes. All right, very good. But in South Africa, I just learned yesterday from your sister, because I invited her to my hut, and I gave her something to eat. She said, and normally I give her, I do things, I pack, I do something and give it to her, a sandwich or peel fruit and that. She said, Master, it's okay you do that? I said, why not? I take care of my worker. She said, I should do it for you. I said, are you my boss? She said, on the contrary, the employee should take care. No, because I asked her to check something on internet for me about the land, so I jokingly say, I'm your boss. I have to take care of my employee and worker. So they say, it should be the opposite. I say, not here. If you're not my boss, I take care. And then I give her a chair to sit, and then, because I have to wash my hand, and the bucket under the sink is already full. I disconnect the pipe from the sink, the water will go to the waste channel, and it's connected. So if I wash my face, I wash my hand, it goes into a bucket that I put underneath. It's almost full. So I carry it into the toilet area. Later I use it to flush, okay? And she said, Master, let me take care of that. Let me do it. I said, no, you sit there. You're my guest. You sit. You don't work here. And then I done it, and then I come back and put the empty bucket so I can wash my hand. So water go in. And after we both sit and say, it's weird, Master, it's weird. I say, what is weird? She said, it's weird to see you carrying things around while I'm sitting here eating. I said, what's weird about that? It's my work, it's my life. I do this all the time. Only when I cannot, it's too heavy, then I ask the attendant to help. She said, no, in Africa, we don't do this. The elderly don't work like this. If we are around, we help. So it's really a very good education. In India also similar. Even in Philippines similar. And many people look down upon this country thinking, oh, Africa, jungle, tribal stuff, developing world. No, they are really, really educated in important matters. Not in PhD, not in, whatever you call education in this world. Education in this world is very good, but the main point always emphasize that you have to learn well, so get a good job, and then you have a good wife, a good husband, or good money, and buy a house, and buy a good car, blah, 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 blah. Rarely anybody say you must learn well so that you can serve the world in more capacity. And people forget to educate children in proper manner, to respect elderly, take care of the parents. Now the parents just a little bit old and then throw them in the old home. Visit once a month or maybe once every Christmas. And blah, 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 blah. Talking about goodness and all that. This is not right. This is not right. Yeah, our world is not all correct. Yeah? So if you go to Philippines, you must remember, I saw Philippine children, whenever they come home from somewhere, they go and touch the feet of the elderly. Yeah, like, I'm home. I pay homage to you. Their parents or thing like that. And if they go, they very respectfully say goodbye. And the Philippines, everybody think they send their people outside to work for labor and all that. Well, what can they do in their country? Don't have enough jobs. But to go out to work as a laborer or as housekeeper, using your hand to earn an honest living is not a shame. They're not going out to steal, they're not going out to kill, they're not going out to cheat people. They go out to work, to bring money home. Anywhere work is the same. What's the difference if you work in Philippines, this kind of country? So you go home, think about this. Treat the elderly or whoever needs you Treat your parents respectfully. That doesn't mean you are uncivilized. That means you're very, 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 very extra civilized. If a human being doesn't know the basic courtesy to the persons, the first person they ever knew on this planet, the first friends they ever saw on this planet is their parents. The first persons ever nourished them, ever sacrificed for them, wake up all night to feed them, go to work all day to bring food on the table, then this human being is not worth it to call human. And no wonder if they don't treat the parents well, they should go somewhere else. As the Bodhisattva says, should go to hell. If you're not filial in some lesser degree, then you probably don't go to this forever hell, just some other kind of hell. You have to learn. You have to go there to learn the suffering, to learn how your parents suffer by your rebellious action or words or impolite replies. There are still these minimum standards of goodness, to the parents at least. Yeah. Parents are the only first two friends you see in this world when you come out. And the two best friends that accompany you through your life. Yeah? So they are the best. You're lucky to still have parents. Go home and think about that and think of how your mother, father have to wake up all day, all night for you and work all day and go through a lot of sacrifice just to bring you up. Yeah? So that you're educated in the universities for just some worldly repeated knowledge. Rarely anyone teach you about God. But I'm not sure if the one who teach you about God knows anything about God. That is another problem. And then misinterpretation also about God. But it's okay, at least the name God is mentioned. Yeah? And God doesn't mind. As long as you remember somebody called God, and then in the time of trouble, or they pray every day before they sleep, then it's also some goodness in it and some protection for them. But many families don't teach children this way. So when they have trouble and everything, they don't know where to turn to. The parents are not always there 24 hours. Nowadays, they're both working. So if in time of desperation, they should know there is God, there's angels, there's Buddha, for their peace of mind. Yes. Research have found that people who believe in God, who pray and all that, has more calmness and peace during time of emergency or in trouble, in sorrow time. They're more composed, more at ease. Earth-Thor Bodhisattva continued, "Worthy Mother, beings who commit such offenses will fall into the fivefold uninterrupted hell, where they will constantly seek for temporary relief from their sufferings, but will never receive even a moment's respite, not even a moment of rest." Lady Maya further asked Earth-Thor Bodhisattva, "Why is that hell called uninterrupted?" The Earth-Thor Bodhisattva replied, "Worthy Mother, the hells are all within the great iron ring mountain. The 18 great hells and the 500 subsequent ones each have their own names. There are hundreds of thousands more that also have their own names. The uninterrupted hell is found within a city of hells that encompasses more than 80,000 square miles. That city is made entirely of iron, metal. 10,000 miles above the city is an unbroken mass of fire. Within the city are many interconnected hells, each with a different name. There is just one hell called uninterrupted. the wall of that hell is 1,000 miles high. Can you imagine? And we think the Everest is high already. Totally made of iron and covered with a fire burning downward that is joined by a fire burning upward. Nowhere you can go. Incredible. Please rethink about how we react in this world. I read some of this before I went to the Himalaya also. I have one at home before. But I don't remember all this. Okay? Yes. For example, I read about hell, I just say, okay, all of this about hell, so I read the next page and etc. And then I didn't have always much time. At night, when I have time, I read all this. I read the other sutra, the lotus, the medicine, the Amitabha, and this one. But don't always remember all of the detail. Yeah. So it's good for me to reread that again also. It's very interesting for me. No one, even the Buddha, will be able to know all this hell except the Bodhisattva earth store. I must tell you that. You know why? Because the Buddha don't always go to hell. He doesn't need to. He will ask someone else go for him. Or even if he go, he don't know all the detail. He don't go all over the hell because he has all the work to do on earth and heaven. So Bodhisattva earth store, he or she specialize in saving beings from hell. Whoever have just a little tiny grain of merit left, he would try to find excuse to rescue that being. Imagine he just went to hell once to look for his mother, just because he has such a power to contemplate on that Buddha name for one day, one night first. And then we go there. Of course, he's still thinking of that Buddha. Therefore, just that merit saved all the beings from hell that time. No matter how many beings go into whatever hell, it's never full. It's not like a prison, say, okay, we have no more space. No matter how. Just like heaven, no matter how many people go into one level of heaven, it's never filled. Jesus said, in my Father's house there are many mansions, but not just many mansions, limitless mansions. So don't worry that the Master initiates so many beings. How can they all go to heaven? You all go to heaven.
Thank you, Master.
Welcome. Welcome.